This project is very outstanding because the project is connected between the material and the environmental and the human together. So the project is like to combine between light and the urban city.
This project is the result of a competition that Grafton architects, ourselves, we did with Mahony Pike architects in 2011. It's 120 metres by 60 metres of city block with a brick crust and a soft landscaped interior. Headquarters of the Electricity Supply Board.
It's really a piece of city, and Yvonne has just described the dimensions of it, which are quite big in terms of the size of the urban blocks in Dublin. The way we approach this project is to do with repairing a piece of city.
Originally, the 16 Georgian houses were brick buildings built in the tradition of Georgian buildings, the 18th century buildings of Dublin. When they vanished, it's also that a huge gap happened within the brick architecture of Dublin.
I suppose what we did was we combined craft and traditional technology with contemporary technology.
It was also part of the deep research, that looking at the character and techniques of Georgian architecture. And what was really important is not only the outer brick crusts of the buildings themselves, but the integration of landscape within their gardens, within their buildings.
It's a mixture of precast concrete and traditional brick. So the fragmenting of the block into a 77.5 metre rhythm did two things. It gave us 15 metre block sizes for the offices, which works for natural light and natural ventilation, which is really important, that the strategy, that the first steps of a project give you natural light and natural ventilation, and you're not depending on mechanical means.
So for us, it was a translation of an 18th century idea that landscape would be woven through this city block. So what we have is a series of thin blocks and courtyards which are embedded and interacting with one another, both for the pleasure of natural daylight for human beings, but also for the planting itself. And the planting is a visual pleasure for each of the workers within the building.
What I love about the building is that it feels so solid, and it's always interesting to watch people when they come through what feels like a solid wall and they're in an open garden with trees. And that combination of holding the surface of the street but coming into space that's open to the sky, we really enjoy ourselves, but also we enjoy the way that visitors experience this.
And the concrete frame, which is here, this is the 3.6 special ceiling holding where the colonnade is, that we have a layer of both inside colonnade outside, which is both an interior space and a useful outside space. The concrete frame allows us to have choice and variety and flexibility within this building.
And it's also the fact that we've the 6 courtyards, but we also have external circulation mixed with internal circulation, and we have these gardens and terraces right up to roof level. So the weave of landscape and courtyards and light and shade into the architecture is what really deals with the climate.
It's like a good wine. You find the right grapes, you find the right place, and you find the perfect brick for a perfect situation. You can think about the Brick Award as being a monitoring mechanism for the brick buildings that are being built around the world. When you look at the previous winners in various categories, these are like a recipe book for incredibly high standard.
We presume somebody on the jury appreciated what we had done, and we're delighted about this.